Hey, Steady Steve, please like and subscribe from a very thundery London. Oh, it's that summertime, so obviously it's raining. Anyway, please like, subscribe, please click on the Deck Heroes icon, click on subscribe, 100% free. Oh, well, blood in, blood out. Anyway, we're talking about Olympias Corusmaster under the armament setup possible in the game. The whole idea of this video is basically to summarize what is worth investing in. So even if you're starting off and you get something, you think, damn, don't want to waste those, don't want to invest those transmutation stones to try and get something more relevant, or do I just leave it alone until I get something better? Because you'll get it sooner or later. We'll all get something, either the best or something near the best, sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. My thought pattern is, say, given how rare those transmutation stones are, to just not waste it on the crap. Alright, so we'll start off at the tippity top, unstoppable, and these are all wedge formation, Olympias Corusmaster. Let's go. Anyways, unstoppable. The wielder's troop gains a 5% boost to skill damage dealt when dealing direct damage, again with your skill, to a target. There's a 30% chance that the damage will be increased by 10%. Of course we'd want that all day. Of course you'd invest in that as soon as you get it, to be relevant to the faction of what you're going to place it on. Of course you will. Let's move on. Boiling blood. The wielder's troop gains a 2% boost to skill damage dealt. Okay. And whenever the wielder's troop, I like that. Usually it says whenever their troop, or anyway, whenever the wielder's troop deals direct damage to its current target, the troop has a 30% chance to reduce all incoming skill damage by 5% for the next 3 seconds. So listen, we'll take the skill damage boost, but to have that extra 30% chance to reduce incoming skill damage by the 5% all day, of course you'd invest in these two. Unstoppable and Boiling Blood, of course. Let's look at Brutal. Increases attack by 3.5, that's a no. No, it's not good enough. Increases defense, that's a no. Fit increases health by 3.5, that's a no. Increases march speed by 2.5%, that's a no. Annexer. The wielder's troop deals 7.5% extra damage to barbarians, obviously a no. I say no, I say again, don't invest your transmutation stones. Anyway, War Hunger. Similar to Epics of Olympia. It's a yes, basically. Basically. The wielder's troop deals 1.5% more. Oh, no, let's not get too far. Sorry. Rewind. Deals 1.5% more normal damage of all types. It's a grey one. If this was arch formation, then yeah, of course, normal damage is a factor in smite damage, your active skill. But with this one, it's a no. Sorry. For removal of doubt, War Hunger, it's a no. Alert. Wielder's troop deals 2.5 more counteract damage. That's a no. You obviously do your attack and then your counter attack every other second, but still, no. It's a no. Wielder's troop deals 2.5 more skill damage on Devious. Of course we'll take that. It's a wedge formation which boosts skill damage and an extra 2.5 on top of that. Of course you'll take it. Devious, 100%. Fearsome, 1% extra damage. So it's not just skill damage, it's normal damage. It's not meaning the attack, the counter attack, and the skill damage. 1%. Yes, I know it's 1%. Yes, it's a yes, a definite yes. Evasive. Wielder's troop takes 2.5% less counterattack damage of all types. It's a no. It's a no. I can only assume that's the normal damage, attack then counterattack. But also, it's interesting. Does it mean active skill or something in some ways? Does that say? I don't think it sounds right, but it must be. Or something else. Let's go. Evasive, it's still a no. Requital. Whenever the wielder's troop is hit with any type of basic attack, it has a 10% chance to deal additional damage to the attacker every second for 2 seconds, but it's only a damage factor of 50 and a cooldown of 5 seconds. That's a no. Strong, no. That's an angry face though. No. Respite. Whenever the wielder's troop is hit with any type of basic attack, it has a 10% chance to take 10% less damage for the next 2 seconds. Cooldown 5. That's really not bad, you know. I acknowledge it's only 10%, but to take 10% less damage just depends really. That may overlap with your active skill. Of course, it's just probability based and luck based. I'm on the fence about you, Respite. I probably would get drawn in to use like one transmutation stone every so often and just try and get at least one skill to what I want it to be. You know what I mean? So minimum one skill, probably only one skill. You know, and you get like 3. You know, I want to say skill. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't need to go into it. You get like 3. One of the 3 that you can possibly get in terms of boosts. I'll probably go for that to make it meaningful. Let's move on. Guarded. Whenever the wielder's troop takes any type of skill damage, it has a 10% chance to reduce that damage by 20%. It's only 10%. You know what? It doesn't sound too bad. Listen, if I got this, obviously I would wear it. I would utilize. I'd equip it. Sorry, I'd equip it. I don't know if I'd invest any transmutation stones though, because yeah, later on in the game, as soon as I get anything better, I just wouldn't do it. But it's not bad, and I'd feel happy once I got it and once I'm building up my my armaments to where I want it to be. So not awful, but not to be invested in, basically. But I'm sorry for the pop-ups. Next time, mental note: turn off the pop-up notifications. Anyway. Embattled, whenever the wielder's troop takes any type of skill damage, it has a 10% chance to gain 50 range with a cooldown of 5 seconds. It's just not enough. Either they need to increase that they just need to increase the percentage. Can leave the rage as it is. Just do something where that percentage should be a minimum of, I don't know, 25%. That's one of my mates, Sereni. It guarded quite all. I forgot where I was. Yeah, this is the one about. Yeah, it needs to be like about 30% chance, and then that's half decent. And that's not generous. A 70% chance it wouldn't happen, but definitely not 10. 10 is still a no. Sorry, but 50 rage, yeah, it'd be nice if we could get it. And if that wasn't skill damage, it was normal damage, then maybe it gets a bit more relevant. Skill damage, you think about how often that's going to fire, and a 10% chance for us to get this 50 rage. No. Vengeful, whenever the wielder's troop launches any type of basic attack, yeah, wielder, I like that. So that's good English. Wielder. It gains an extra 2 rage for every 10% of units it has lost. See, I like that. I think I've actually equipped to this. I'm pretty sure I have on one of my commanders. Of course, there's better out there. You know what I mean? I'd rather take the additional skill damage, whether it's 1% all damage or 2.5% skill damage, and maybe even other things. But in the meantime, say if you get down to 50% troops, every second, say any type of basic attack. So every single second, if it's at 50%. You get an additional 10 rage. So 10 seconds go by, you got 100 rage. It's not to be ignored. So yeah, I'll probably invest one skill, one relevant skill of the 3. Yeah, and I feel quite happy about that. Patronage. Whenever the wielder's troop receives healing of or a shield, it deals 2% extra damage for the next 3 seconds. What you'd be thinking is, listen, gosh, man, say if you had Alexander the Great, you're getting a shield all the time. Yes, there's a cooldown of 5 seconds. Don't you worry about that, because that shield's going to be off and on like the saying goes, a bride on her hen night, on her wedding night, whatever. Wedding night, not hen night. Anyway, so it depends what you're thinking, who you got. Maybe you got a Charles Martel, you're thinking, yeah, and your early game, and you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to ride this Charles Martel a wagon until, you know, late mid game or whatever, then yeah, maybe. maybe, or Richard or something. Anyway, primed. The Wielder's Troop gains a 5% bonus to march speed. Nope. Uplifting every 10 seconds after the Wielder's Troop ends the battle. It gains a 1% bonus of all types of normal damage up to 5%. See, the tricky thing is, most battles are quite short. So you go into the canyon and you go into a simulator, the battle's gonna... Sunset Canyon. The battle's gonna reach, completion until death. You know what I mean? So you can run a simulator on this, it may well score quite highly, but in KVK, battles tend to be quite short. That 1% ain't going to move the earth, and it's normal damage, and it's on a wedge formation, which boosts skill damage. So in the wedge, no. If it was arch, still probably a no, but a little bit more grey. Spirited. The Wielder's Troop deals 5% extra damage when it has over 70% rage. You know what? That's not awful. That is not awful. Because maybe I'm just trying to think it through. So the second that the rage triggers, you go down to 0. So in that first second, I'm guessing you get the 5% rage. But beyond that, you don't get anything other than normal damage increased by 5%. So it's not great. Bearing in mind the skill damage boost in general is 2.5% over however many seconds, and this gives you 5%. At least for that first second. It's not awful. 2 seconds. Let's see what we can do. There's no timer on it. So it's still a weaker version of this Devious. And probably a weaker version of Fearsome as well, but it's not awful. It's not awful. Yeah, I'll probably give a 1 skill to that. Anyway, Bluster. Rude. Anyway, whenever the Wielder's Troop is inflicted with a control effect, that's kind of skill, that's slow and things of that sort. Anything that control you. There's a 10% chance of resisting the effect and dealing direct damage to 3 nearby enemies of 100. It's garbage. Oops. Garbage for that 100. It's getting me excited then, but 100's not enough. Damage dealt to each target is reduced by 15% for each. No, let's move on. Anyway, so that's the end of video. Olympias Corusmaster. Hope you found that useful. If you're starting up in the game, again, my main worry was, or my main thought, there's things that you just shouldn't be investing those rare transmutation stones in. Don't invest in things which are not going to run the course. Yeah, definitely. And even though you may have a theory about having 5 strong armies and like just having a dabble on each one with this, and I can understand that. Fair enough, play your own game, but I just don't recommend it because I say these things, especially the transmutation stones, generally are very, very rare, and it'd just be better kind of as you go through the game that you're just prioritising the best of what you've got. Even if you make that 1 thing or 2, 3 things that you get along the way, which is brilliant, even more brilliant, you know what I mean, by transmutation. Anyway, I hope you find that useful. Please like, subscribe. That is Steve, and I'm out.